It was Mark Poulton that packaged him. Mark is fired. Tell Mark I'm mad.
Yeah, this is primetime Poulton. Keep it entertaining. You already knowin'. Outworking everybody and he don't ever quit. Talking about plenty comics like Graveyard Shift, Sea Dogs, Viking Wolf, U.S. Assassin. Doing just what he loves. This is his passion. Bring more value to your dollar. No, I'm not frontin'. That's how just a writer became a moral compass. This is primetime Poulton. This is primetime Poulton. Let's go.
Behold the King of Kings. On your knees, dog. All hail. Bow down to the King. Bow down to the King. Grinned red as he walked from the place where the traitor lost both his name and his face. Through the halls and the corridors, stinking in blood, he tasted his grin, and it tasted good. The King took his head, left him broken and dead. Bow down to the King. Bow down to the King. Bow down to the King. Left none living, unable to tell. The King took their heads and he sent them to hell. Their screams echo loud in the place of their death. Ripped open they die with their final breath. They hail the King of Kings. Bow down to the King. Bow down to the King. Bow down to the King. Into the dirt. His will be done. Now feel your fear. There can be only one. Bow down. Bow down. Bow down. Bow down. Bow down to the Bow down. Bow down to the King. Bow down. Bow down. Bow down. Bow down. The King is here. Now feel your fear. The King of Kings. All hail the King. On your knees to the King. The King of Kings. There is only one.
so fast. I was taken by the flash. Then you came and brought me here. You locked me here. You locked me in your basement. And you told me you loved me. And I said I loved you too. And it happened all so fast. I was taken by the flash. 'Cause Flash, I know you know that you're the fastest man I know. Whenever you're away from me, my whole world moves so slow. The only thing I have now are the memories that passed. If I'd have known this day would be our last. Taken by the flash. My mother and my father, they both warned me when they said you were unstable. But your jawline and your brown eyes, they were more than I could take. And it happened all so fast. I was taken by the flash. Now we both gone missing and we're kissing till the police come to find us. Is it wrong that I like it and I don't wanna go back home? And it happened all so fast. I was taken by the flash. 'Cause Flash, I know you know that you're the fastest man I know. Whenever you're away from me, my whole world moves so slow. The only thing I have now are the memories that pass. If I'd have known this day would be all last. Taken by the flash. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting.
What's up, everyone? Happy Sunday. It's the Moral Compass, the Fulfillment King. and this is Haunted Pizza Horror Movie Club, episode 85. Today we're talking Wicked City. Joining me, my co-host, Dexter Weeks. What's up, Dex?
What's going on?
I got the sunglasses on to hide my shame of this movie being on my show.
There's a lot to talk about.
First and foremost, I want to say the movie picks of Mark Yoon are not necessarily endorsed by Haunted Pizza and the people who work for Haunted Pizza. Let's bring him in and have him defend himself. Here he is, Mark Yoon. What were you thinking?
First of all, it's
shame.
It's an easy defense.
Shame.
I don't have shame. I don't experience shame. That's not an emotion that I'm familiar with. First thing I think is what Mike said is right. When I saw it on the list in the horror movie for Tubi, I think I was thinking of Demon City Shujinko and not Wicked City.
You picked the wrong one.
Yeah, I haven't seen this movie in over 20 years. Like, I used to have this on VHS when I was like 13. So it's been like a long time since I've seen it.
So Dex, I called him out on this, and he's gaslighting me, calling me a prude. And then after he watches it, he was like, "Oh, my bad, I have the wrong movie."
Well, it goes further than that, because I will defend myself and then apologize also. Because firstly, if we're going to be okay with dismemberment and people getting torn to shreds, we should be able to see the occasional boobie. Like, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
This movie was a little more than a movie.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Secondly, I got so uncomfortable that I stopped watching halfway through when I was watching it by myself.
You think you were uncomfortable? I was like, "Hey, Chase, I'm watching this anime that's supposed to be a horror movie. You want to watch it with me?"
I mean, it is rated R, to be fair.
It's rated TVMA.
Yeah, which is R. Anime used to be a lot worse back in the day. Like, if you've seen like Ninja Scroll or like anything like that, like there's depictions of grape a lot and a lot more contextual stuff, like with tentacles, because they get away with their laws over there with that. But I couldn't finish watching it just because, like, it was really bad. Like, it was so slow and stupid and bad and corny that, like, the only aesthetic I liked about it was like the noir setting with like the music. Everything else was just like trash.
I will say the animation was let's not spoil it.
You're like
we got a movie to, we have to bring it on our fourth host. Let's bring him on. Let's see what he has to say. Let me bring it. Without further ado, I present to you Botta-san.
Ohayou gozaimasu, everyone.
You got the subtitles and everything, man.
Hi, Skoshi. Demo mada jouzuじゃありません.
You said good morning, by the way, Botta-san.
Hi. わかりますさん。わかりません.
Yes, this is happening.
I love that he has subtitles. That is amazing.
Oh man.
少しでもまだ上手じゃありません.
On behalf of Haunted Pizza, I would like to apologize for those of you that endure watching this movie. It was not my intention to, in any way, otherwise, like, on purpose or not, harm anyone in the watching or viewing of this film. And for those of you who probably can't eat sushi ever again after this, I apologize.
Mark Yoon. ホテルで東京はどこですか? すみません.
Let's cut the movie chatter for a bit. Let's say hello to our beautiful chat, and of course, first in the chat, I think Mark, this. I think Mark Penguin could be first in the chat for a while because I think Mark Yoon probably drove everyone else away.
Konnichiwa, Mark Penguin.
I was even working on Gun Goth like 30 minutes before this filmed. I just stopped to make my wife's lunch for tomorrow. But yeah, I've been busy.
Yeah. Mark Yoon says Yoon picked a straight up porn film this week. I didn't even talk to Penguin. He's just on the same wavelength.
Yeah, I mean, Listen, I can try to defend it because it's definitely not porn, but like I can try to defend it. But there are some scenes with like tentacles and throats and whatnot that made me very uncomfortable to like watch it as an actual film. But yeah.
Mark says the story takes place towards the end of the 20th century and explores the idea that the human world secretly coexists with the demon world with a secret police force known as the Black Guard. That's who Bada-san works for.
Who cares?
Black Guard. Joseph Jarimasen, Samimasen, Asoko des, vagina teeth.
Protecting the boundary with its confluence of gothic themes and graphic erotic violence, Wicked City is today considered a prime example of science fiction anime from Japan's bubble economy period. Wow.
It was a super popular movie like back in the day. Like
I
had it
hearing about it, yeah.
I had it on VHS, but I was a lot edgier back then.
I mean, you guys are saying it's a horrible piece of crap. But like, you know, my number 2 movie of all time is The Thing. And I mean, it's basically like The Thing. So like
I love the body horror sci-fi stuff in it. Yeah.
The animation's beautiful in it. Yeah. It's great animation.
Hey.
You just gotta fast forward a lot.
The John Carpenter, The Thing, Zang.
Subtitles are great.
Penguin says Mike McMahon actually live streamed yesterday. Subscribe to his YouTube channel in case he feels the need to stream. I felt bad. He sent the link out, and I was busy. I was getting ready to go to a hockey game with Dex.
Yeah, me and Mark were out, man. So.
Yeah, we saw the Philadelphia Rebels play some hockey, get shut out.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun though.
Yeah. Penguin says, Yoon, on the other hand, is always streaming, so follow his deviant behavior over on... he also says, get the exclusive cover of Type 1 today on Fund My Comic. He's sharing the links, doing the God's work. Thank you. Also, Writhe in Pain Volume 2 in demand. Second Chance Fund My Comic campaign coming soon. Yep. Also... 6 more days to back this Ultraman Kickstarter with art by our own Dexter Weeks. Go get it.
Yeah, it looks great.
Right next to Art Adams in the credits, correct?
Yes, sir, man. That's
awesome.
That's an honor.
Zango that time.
Yes.
Mark says if Enrico comes in dressed as a tentacle monster, I don't think we'll ever see Amanda B again. Dexter.
That's the Chichini Marco Penguin.
Dexter Weeks piling on, straight up porn.
I mean, listen, I've watched my fair share of hentai in my day, and this doesn't come close to like hentai,
but hardcore porn.
Yeah, it's there. I mean.
There's levels.
There's a lot of depictions in there, and it is uncomfortable levels if like you're going in thinking you're going to watch a cartoon, which Mark probably did because this isn't Thundercats. But there's a lot of the anime back in this time period was like this.
There was a scene where 2 guys were Eiffel Tower, and this.
Yeah, she was getting GP. Yeah, GP.
So I got to like the halfway mark because the old man in this is like really cringe. Like now,
I think super horny.
I used to think he was like funny when I was like a kid, but now he's just like atrocious. And like I had to stop the movie and I just fast forward to a couple of scenes and I was just like, all right, I get the gist. Like they win in the end. Like who cares? And I literally just turned it off and put something else on. But yeah, I don't know.
Schemes and scams. That's what it all is. We got
Mark Yoon.
Listen, the honest thought process was Mark said, let's pick a movie. What's the movie? So I wanted to give him one quick. I went on the horror section. I saw Wicked City, and I was like, I used to have this. This has got to be
sorry,
great.
guys. It's my fault now.
No, I'm not gaslighting you. It's definitely my fault for choosing it. I should have vetted it before I gave you my answer, but still, like, it was like I just chose. I was like, I remember this being cool. It's not as cool as I remember it, but there's a lot of cool aspects to it.
Like a teenage boy, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Soki ga nomitai desu.
Yes,
because it's actually a film noir at its like core. It's like a noir body horror kind of thing. So it does move slow, but I kind of like the detective slowest. But there's a lot of sex in there, like thrown in there. I told Mark even when he was talking about it on the back chat, he was like, dude, and I was like, I only remember the spider chick. That's the only part I remember is the spider chick, and I thought that would have been cool if you guys like a little shock value, but then it kept going with the tentacles and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, like I can't even finish this. My wife was like, what are you watching? I was like, Wicked City, and she was like, oh, I remember that movie, and I'm just like, yeah, because they're so desensitized over there to that kind of stuff that it like didn't even matter. But it would be a shock in the West, I guess.
We got Quantum Age Comics in the house. Ahoy from Hex Allen. What's up, Hex? Thanks for joining us, man.
Konnichiwa, Quantum Age Comics.
Mark trying to defend himself. It only counts if there are male genitals. Well, so it's Skinamax, basically.
Yeah.
Softcore, yeah. This is what you watch back in the day before your parents know what like adult anime is, and they just think you're watching a cartoon.
Internet too.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like huddled in your room on your like 19-inch CRT. They can't see what's going on.
You'll take anything, man. You'll take anything.
Exactly.
We got Maromi in the house. What's up, Maromi? Maromi wants to know, was this a trick to get Amanda to watch it? I think it probably drove her off. My apologies, Amanda B.
That'd be funny if she came in praising it. She's like, this is the best movie I've ever seen.
She hasn't liked the movie in a long time.
I mean, ultimately, it was a love story. If anyone finished it, I don't know if anyone finished
it.
I sat through. I'm a professional. Yeah. I sat through it.
And it's also a Romeo and Juliet type story of overcoming like obstacles and boundaries. There's a lot to it. It's just like trashy. Doesn't in a trashy way. It's like watching Springer unironically.
We got the owner of Creepy Calzones in the house, Nicholas Gear. What's up, Nicholas?
we started something, Enrico.
Nicholas Gear. Ohio
gozaimasu. I almost didn't come on the show today, to be honest. Like I was like, man, do I have to break my streak of reliability and just like claim I'm sick or something? Like I can't face the
take your punishment. Penguin says this is not good, clean fun, Nicholas. Shame. Nicholas Gear says, nor is it reflection of Creepy Calzone. We might withdraw that contract he offered you. Maromi says the same guy made both.
Demon City Shijinko, I think he's talking about. Yeah.
Penguin said it's straight up grape.
I mean, Mark, hasn't Penguin seen Ninja Scroll though? That's like, I feel like the Ninja Scroll scene is worse than that. Like that one scene in Ninja Scroll is like really hard to watch. The rest of the movie is awesome as hell, but like that one scene, Dex, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. It's pretty brutal. I guess because they're animated, it can skirt more laws than depicting it with real people. But he's not wrong.
Penguin says, don't worry. I told Amanda she can't watch it, especially with the kid around. Thank you, Mark Penguin.
Hi, Oshi.
By the way, we have 73 people watching on X and YouTube. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. We usually, review. Don't give it the thumbs down.
No,
that's the dancing feet. That's the dancing feet.
Give us the thumbs up as we roast Mark Yoon on his pick. Sheldon Martin in the house. He says, I think he said Sony, Suzuki, Mitsubishi.
Sony, Suzuki, Mitsubishi. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
You remember in Scary Movie that one scene where she goes into the Grudge house? Hello? Mitsubishi Takahashi. He understands her. There's subtitles. It's great.
Maromi said, when I saw this as upcoming, I couldn't believe it. I'd been promoting this for a week too. Little did I know.
I do feel bad.
Maromi says Demon City has the same stuff. It wouldn't have mattered which one you picked.
No, I mean, I guess I used to just be into edgelord stuff, but
let's see.
There wasn't much of a choice back then, though. Like Dex, you've watched anime for a while, right?
Back in the 80s, 90s.
Yeah, in the 80s and early 90s, there wasn't really much. They had like Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball, Fist of the North Star, and then like these random movies. There was not really like a streamlined thing yet.
Sheldon says, was it gay tentacle porn or straight tentacle porn? Penguin says straight, but not consensual. Nicholas Gear says, don't blame me, guys. I've been trying to get them to watch Maximum Overdrive.
We should.
Yeah. Don't watch it while signed into your Tubi account. Corey Barton, Wicked City, the anime, correct.
That's right.
Moromi says Romeo and Juliet with tentacles.
Pretty much.
I forgot all about the tentacle stuff. I literally remember the spider chick, and that's it.
Here we go. You called it, Mark Yoon. Wicked City was an awesome anime movie, one of the best.
We were talking in the backstage, and like earlier this week, Corey and I made point to Mark. I was like, at least Corey Barton will be happy. Like the movie.
Sheldon says Romeo and Juliet vibe. You talked me into it. I'll go watch it, not because of the other stuff, of course.
Of course not.
Sheldon Martin.
Mark Penguin says, changing subject, did you see Rob posted that the new Youngblood comics will be coming to his whatnot first in premium editions like 6 to 8 months before Image Comics releases in comic shops? I did see that. Yeah, he said he doesn't trust comic shops. He says they under order his all his variant covers he does for the big publishers. So
whatever comic shops are left too.
True. So the book's coming to his whatnot channel first. And then not a dumber down version, but not a less exclusive version coming to comic shops later in the year.
I will say, I know there was the meme about like the feet stuff, but I thought people genuinely liked Rob more than like I'm seeing lately. He's getting a lot of like new hate for some reason. Like I saw him post a video and just everyone was just clowning on him. Like,
well, they're mad because of
his takes and his art and everything. Yeah,
they're mad because he spoke up against he felt he was mistreated by Marvel.
Yeah,
and you don't think he was though, or is that a whole nother subject?
Oh, I think he was. I mean, like he created. They're making bank off this character that he created.
Like think if Marvel got like Gun Goth, and like we couldn't even get into the party. I would be pissed. It's fine, man.
Yeah, I mean, if they said, Mark, you can't let. You can come in, but Dex, Enrico, and Yoon can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel really bad about it while I was inside partying.
Marlon and like J. Scott Campbell,
Penguin says Ninja Scroll is one scene. This is 60%. Moromi says, I must be so desensitized now. War changes you.
True that, man.
Nicholas Gear says the back rooms are talking about the movies Mark is promoting. I couldn't defend you. Another reason they hate me. We got Chauncey in the house. He says, yo, what up, fellas? What's up, Chauncey? Phil Diaz in the house. He says, Wicked City is awesome. Chauncey says Wicked City is dope. The Defenders are coming out, Mark Yoon.
Domo arigato gozaimasu, Chauncey Blakely.
Well, let's see. Nicholas Gear, they are making bank off fake Deathstroke. Rob should get credit. Man, Nicholas Gear is still salty.
Nicholas Gear.
You got refunded for your cover, Nicholas. Let's stop that. Let's rise above hate. Come on. By the way, 90 people watching on X and YouTube. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit thumbs up. Hit notifications. We are here every Sunday talking horror movies. But first, we'd like to talk a little comics, promote them. Mark Penguin already shared the links. Writhe in Pain 2 in demand. 17 days left for Graveyard Shift Volume 5. Let's show off some artwork, though. This is no longer available to purchase, but it's coming out very soon. I'm talking U.S. Assassin 4, drawn by our own Mike McMahon. We got some colored pages in today. We're so close to getting Volume 4 finished. All the other books involved in the campaign are completed and in hand. We're just waiting to get that big book out. Mike keeps adding pages to the book. But did I not? I don't think I shared the artwork yet. Hold on, Botta-san, could you please talk to the chat?
I mean, really talk to the chat.
Don't break the illusion. No, talk to him. Don't. You can talk to him normal.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's getting a little.
He's run out of his Japanese, and it's getting slightly insensitive at this point.
It's getting a little
running
bit
out of cue cards. He's running out of cue cards.
I was trying to always say something at least for real in Japanese. But I'm falling apart. I can't think of anything else to say.
It's a hard.
I don't know that much more.
Let's talk a little gun goth before I bring this artwork up. Where's everyone at production wise? Dex, how's colors coming along?
I'm on page 6, so completed color, and so I will send them out.
When do Mark Yoon and I and Enrico get to see some finished pages?
Yeah, I'll send them out later tonight if you want.
Oh, awesome. Mark Yoon, where are you at? You're wrapping it up, right? Wrapping it up in the home stretch.
I'm more than halfway done the last panel of page 13. So excellent. I should be moving on to page 14 Tuesday at the latest. So I'll have a new page for you to show off on Wednesday by Tuesday.
Excellent. Enrico, where are you at on your 10? You got a 10-page short story, correct?
I have a 10-page short. All 10 are penciled, and I'm inking page 1. There was some issues on that page I had to redo, but it's pretty good. I should be done that tonight and then on to page 2, and then it should ramp up from there. The first page I put a little more detail and perspective into it.
Nice. And you're setting up all the covers too with the cover dress as well. How's that coming along?
I think I have between 6 and 8 of the covers right now, or however I think, and I got them all set up with the high-res files in Photoshop and just putting the cover treatment on those. So yeah, whenever you get the rest of them done, you just keep shooting them over to me, and I'll keep doing them. Oh, and I got the art of cover too going on. I have to finish the lettering on that.
Awesome. The art of Gun Goth, covered by Brett Blakely. Barkley, I forget Barkley. On my bad. Chauncey Blakely. Maybe we should get Chauncey to do a Gun Goth piece.
Should get a bunch to do. Yeah,
man.
Well, we want to do a fan art contest and do some draw streams with everyone hanging out drawing Gun Goth.
Seriously.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. Yeah. Also, Dan Kemp is now coloring Sid Nakan's cover. Sid sent me the original artwork, so I have it. It's incredible the amount of detail in there. I think it was Chauncey who said, "Oh, I think he left a little white space up top because there's so much in that cover. It's amazing." Yeah. But I can't wait to see what Dan Kemp does with it.
Some good stuff. It's top tier, man.
Yeah. I think I'm going to send Dan Mark's wraparound cover next.
I'll probably have some finished black and whites to show you guys next week, I would think.
Oh, awesome. That's exciting.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. This is U.S. Assassin 4. This is a double-page spread by Mike McMahon, colored by Anthony George. And I shared the wrong thing. Let's see. What's going on here? Share screen. There we go. There they are, the Dogs of War.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Sea Dog, looking good, man.
Ohio gozaimasu.
We got Viking Wolf, Sea Dog, and Bazooka Dog in Gatling gun mode. So, and if you can make it out in the background, there's U.S. Assassin slicing off this guy's arm. But man, awesome double page spread, but these colors are gorgeous. I love it. This is the type of comics I love, just bright, fun comics, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
I like dark, boring comics.
So there you have it. Man, this is that my My screen setup, it got messed up, so now I don't know how to get out of this. I'm gonna try to
that's on purpose, TMC. That's on purpose.
I'm gonna try to minimize this. See what happens.
Yeah, TMC.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah,
TMC is correct. Oh, yeah. So yeah, this the gorgeous artwork by Mike McMahon. Beautiful colors, Anthony George.
Yeah.
U.S. Assassin 4, so close to the finish line, guys. The rest of the books are ready. Some people may have already got some of the books because they did individual orders for, Art of book or the manga. So,
Dex, you've been doing the navy blue, the dark blue for the borders too, right?
It's not navy blue. I'll have to show you what blue.
It's like a neon, like a dark blue though.
Yeah, it is
is it like a midnight blue?
Yeah, midnight blue.
Mark's idea was better because if it's black, it will like bleed in too much because there's a lot of blacks in the book.
Works.
Yeah,
because it's got that whole underworld vibe, and I can dig. Yeah. I try to make it like underworld. So
nice.
I dig it.
Phil Diaz says dog. Chauncey thinks it's hot. Corey says
don't
wicked.
Do that crap to my artwork.
Corey Bart says Wicked City might even be my favorite anime movie of all time, although the Ghost in the Shell ones are great too. It just has the great 80s anime classic vibe, great art and animation.
True.
And Ghost in the Shell is great.
Mm-hmm.
I was fairly young when I first saw Akira, and that is absolutely the case with the anime back in the day. Like your parents didn't know what the hell they were renting you or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're just a kid and you get home and you put the thing in and nobody's paying attention. You're in your room with like a bag of Doritos and a 2-liter of Mountain Dew and you put on Akira and you're like, what the hell is going on? This is the coolest thing ever. And you're all hopped up on Mountain Dew and your eyeballs are popping out of your head. And Kinect is flying by on his bike and the big brain guy, his arms all crippled up and everything.
Yeah,
that animation back then was the best too. It was like so much better than today's animation for some reason. But I think Corey's right. It's a lot of like CGI and like smaller teams and crunch time and stuff now. They can't really make them like that.
Everything was more like everything had to be cell by cell, man. Everything was painted. Everything was painstakingly drawn and painted and
old school. Man.
You can tell there's a difference. There's absolutely a difference. But it's also slower too in pacing too, man. Because it's just like sometimes the way they had to do it with the frames of animation and stuff and the pacing, it was really difficult to break out of some of that. Some of it was, because they would flash a lot of stills, do a lot of cheats.
Yeah, with just the mouths moving and stuff.
They're talking, and things happen. Yeah.
It's just such a shame because Shonen and Shoujo took off so much more than the other stuff that we don't get much diversity when it comes to animation anymore. It's like everything is just like a Dragon Ball or Naruto knockoff at this point. And it's like I've watched them all and I'm like, I've watched Jujutsu Kaisen, I've watched Demon Slayer, I've watched like all the new ones, and I'm like, it's just all like Naruto over again now for the 1000th time. I kind of miss the old like obscure stuff.
It's like Hollywood. It's just like Hollywood. Yeah. You just like grab onto what's making money and what they think people want and they go for it. Whereas back in the day, I think it was more like people were just making things to be original and putting out new properties and they were trying to top the hot popular thing with something that was new and original rather than trying to top it with a clone of itself.
But Akira still holds up. I got it in 4K and it is freaking phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
I only have it on DVD. I need to pick that up on 4K. I love that movie.
It's truly amazing. So
Chauncey says Wicked City is a cool watch, but favorite of all anime, you wilding out. Corey says gotta get to watch Akira and Ghost in the Shell. Mark Penguin says Vampire Hunter D films are still my favorite.
They're great too.
I think Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust, and then like maybe Cowboy Bebop the movie are probably in my top 2 favorite. Also, Paprika is great. Perfect Blue. There's a ton of great ones out there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Penguin though. Like Vampire Hunter D, like the first Vampire Hunter D just has a special place in my heart. I love that story. I love that whole thing. And I think I like
Bloodlust more just because of like the animation. I think the animation in Bloodlust is like better, but
it was definitely better. Yeah,
he's got a little bit of that like the living costume thing going on too. That eventually, I feel like McFarlane maybe picked up those vibes a little bit and like Rock and Venom.
Corey says I just like the themes. Of course you do, Corey. Maromi says Bubblegum Crisis, Mad Bull 34.
Oh my God, Mad Bull 34. There's a scene. Dex, have you seen that one?
I never saw Mad Bull, but Bubblegum Crisis I did. Yeah.
There's like a scene that's hilarious yet like shocking for today's audiences when like Mad Bull 34 is about two New York cops and they're like it's made to be like New York, and there's this girl. And she gets scared because like they blow off like her assaulter's like head in front of her, and she's like covered in blood, and she's like in shock. And then I'm not gonna say it verbatim, but he's like, "You're just gonna stick your finger somewhere, and like she'll get out of shock." And then she does it, and he's just like, "You poiva," and like the New York thing, and like that movie is crazy.
Corey says Perfect Blue was insanely good too.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, we've basically been talking about the movie, but before we continue the officially start the movie talk, I want to say Toy Fair this weekend. Some of the horror action figures that have been photos been coming out from them. All the Terrifier figures, Maniac Cop. That figure looks nuts. Mm-hmm. And Enrico, did you see the James O'Barr style Crow figure?
I didn't. No, not yet.
Yeah, I believe NECA or Trick or Treat is doing that. I can't remember which one.
Is it NECA?
Yeah.
But it's based off
Beast of Blood figure, Mark. That was out there.
Oh yeah, of course, the Beast of Blood. But we've been talking about the Beast of Blood figure for weeks.
True.
It's the best figure that it's coming out.
It made its debut at the Toy Fair, which was cool. So
it's debutt.
Corey says, saving Mad Bull 34 to my watch anime list. Are there any other good ones?
Yeah, Angel Cop, he'd probably like a lot. I recommended Angel Cop's a good series.
Penguin says best thing come out of Toy Fair was the Stan Saki NECA TMT figures.
Yeah, I didn't get to see them.
And Nicholas Gear says the Maniac Cop figure looks awesome.
I have to check that out. I haven't even seen that yet.
Which Maniac Cop? 1, 2, or 3? Like what's?
I think it's like the where he's more zombified, like 2 and 3.
Bruce Campbell one? Is that the Bruce Campbell?
Well, Bruce Campbell was in the first 2, correct?
Oh, was he in the first 2?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
He dies like really quick, right? Doesn't he?
In the second one? Yeah, I believe so.
Shame.
Penguin says I didn't hear about or see the Maniac Cop figure though. It's part of someone has a line of Scream. What are they calling it? Scream icons, and it's all horror figures. So I think it's like Maniac Cop, Art the Clown. I even think that Crow figure is part of the line.
I've been wanting a Pumpkinhead figure for a long time.
Well, McFarlane did one, but
McFarlane did one way back in the day.
Maniacs, yeah,
it holds up pretty okay. It's a decent figure. Yeah.
Corey Barton says Angel Cop was amazing, inspirational for Androminoids.
Yeah, I figured he would like it. Yeah, it's a good series.
Nicholas Gear says Bruce Campbell is going to be at Texas Frightmare this year, going to try to get a movie poster signed. Right. Dexter Weeks has Army of Darkness poster signed by Bruce Campbell.
Hey, really? That's cool.
I forgot, Dex. You sent me a bunch of pictures.
Me and Bruce Campbell,
that we both met Bruce Campbell at that theater, the Harwood Theater in New Jersey. No longer exists.
Remember we got eggs thrown at us. Remember that shit? We were waiting in line outside. Someone drove by and threw a bunch of eggs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. Like Bruce Campbell showed up to a little theater in South Jersey for a midnight screening of was it Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness or something like that?
And then like stayed afterwards and got the
signed autographs for everyone.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I brought the Army of Darkness DVD, and he was like, "What is this?"
I had the laser discs. I brought in the laser discs. That's how old it was.
Penguin says they did multiple Pumpkinhead figures last year. Nicholas Gear says Kane Hodder is doing in-costume photos, but I'm scared of being choked out. Oh, man.
Watch out, Nick.
He got the TMC pretty good.
Yeah, he lifted me off the ground by my neck. I swore my head was coming off my spine.
I think Mark and I were both like, hurry up, take the picture. Hurry up, take the
Oh
picture.
my God.
Didn't he tell you to hold on to his hand or something? Like, how does he just lift a person up by their head? And not
He doesn't even warn you. He just puts he puts his arms around like he's pretending to choke you. And then when they go to take the picture, he actually squeezes and lifts you up.
That's I don't
like
know.
crush your tracea or something.
I don't know.
I mean, it's like a death grip he had on me.
Just be careful, Nick, here, man. Just be careful.
Well, Nick's a pretty big guy.
Oh, yeah. He's no Kane Hodder.
He could probably take Kane Hodder. Maybe.
Maybe now Kane Hodder is getting old, but back in the day.
Yeah. So 175 people watching on X and YouTube. Guys, we're here every Sunday talking horror movies. Sometimes they're a little questionable, like this week. We're talking Wicked City. Mark, give us an official, what is your official description of this movie? What's it about?
A noir film about like secret agents that are trying to make sure that a treaty goes through or continues to go through between the demon world and the human world. And there is a really famous demon for both sides that signed the old accords, and they're trying to make sure that he is staying alive in order to sign it. And there's people on both sides who don't want the treaty to happen for their own reasons. And meanwhile, it is a love story between him and this woman from the black world, from the demon world, that she ends up going like Super Saiyan at the end and stuff, which is pretty cool. But she gets laid and gets a Zenkai boost. So that's basically what happens. But there's not much else. There's a lot of cool body horror. There's not much to the story other than that. Like it's pretty much like, it seems like there's a lot of that filler stuff that we've been talking about just to make it last longer, it seems, because you can pretty much get over the whole plot fairly quickly. But
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think you forgot the point where weren't they trying to have those two create
to make like a savior or something. Right. Yeah, to make like that it's there is some cool stuff. I mean, like there's like the body horror stuff in there is like, I haven't seen cool stuff like that since like Guyver, you know what I mean? Like there's some great stuff in there. And I do like her like powers where she slices with like her fingernails and stuff, kind of like Lady Deathstrike or whatever. But and like Mark said, the whole ambiance of the animation and the mood and stuff. I like the old timey noir music, like it's a detective story. That stuff all works really well together.
I like.
There's just too much sex stuff in there, and they really didn't have to go like when they're doing the tentacles and they're showing like the tentacle go inside her throat with like the slime and stuff like that, the spit. I'm like, all right, this is too much for me. Like I can't. I feel dirty watching.
Go into the animation though. Were the 80s the greatest time?
I think 80s and early 90s, were definitely the best for animation. I think, We're
talking all pre-CG and everything too. This is all like Botta-san was saying. It's all hand drawn. Stuff. So you gotta love it.
Nowadays, it all kind of looks the same and blends together. It's all shiny and bright, and like there is too much CGI that takes over stuff, even during the action sequences. And I'm just like, it used to be so much more of an artistic medium, but now it just seems like popcorn, like everything else nowadays, I guess. But
I'll be honest with you, the whatever, man. Like the adult nature of it doesn't bother me at all. It is what it is. That's what the story is. It has it in there. Like, oh well.
Well, you didn't say to your daughter, "Hey, let's go watch this animated."
No, of course not. But for me personally, I'm saying like if I watch something and it has some racy stuff in there, that's fine. Like even Eon Flux has some weird stuff in there with people kissing and like
the tongues,
fighting each other's nipples and stuff like that. Like that stuff really doesn't bother me that much. When it's in like anime, I expect some of it to be there because it's like, I don't know, it's part of the.
It's not made for kids.
It's almost like, part of it. Yeah, it's not made for kids, but it's almost like you can do that stuff. So they push the boundaries of it and they do it. But some of the stuff I also enjoyed in there that was a little more novel at the time it came out was, say, like the one of the opening sequence with the spider demon chick, like she, her legs and arms get real long and she like crawls down the building and scuttles off. Like that wasn't as done back then,
Yeah.
So when you see that,
or like when the old guy's like getting the massage and like she starts melting around him, like that stuff was pretty cool too.
Yeah,
like there is cool stuff to it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like that because then you'd see like that spidery looking human to demon morph that like started to happen all the time. You know, what I mean? Sort of like I don't want to say like a common thing, but I guess it's kind of common to have like a weird creature like that now, like a spidery looking gangly demon creature like that.
And this was 87, so it's not like it was like, this definitely was a trailblazer in a few ways. Like it's been talked about for years.
Yeah.
I just haven't owned it in a long time, so I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good one, like ball busting aside. I think it's a good anime.
Corey says, yeah, exactly. It used to be all way more artistic, all towards create a great original vision.
True that.
And also the one thing I respected more about like manga and like manhwa and stuff is like back in the day it was one guy doing the whole book. Like every volume that came out was like almost 100 pages like every week, and it's like straight up just their pencils, just their writing, just their inks, and they had like editors and stuff, but only like the really big ones had like teams working behind them. Like even Akira Toriyama with Dragon Ball, like that was like the first unheard of thing that he had actual like assistants to help him ink. That was never like a thing. So there was always a lot of respect there too.
Yeah, and then I thought they incorporated a lot of like background people and stuff too. Like, didn't they? Some of the
eventually
they would have people that did the backgrounds, and then they would people do the characters and.
Right.
When it becomes too demanding, because like it starts out like the way they do their business over there is it starts out if it gets serialized in like a limited series, a limited run, like monthly. And if it starts selling and catching on and like buzz picks up, they'll change it to a weekly series. So it'll go from like Shonen Monthly to like Shonen Weekly. And you have to create the same amount of things. And they're thick books. Like you've all seen manga before. It's not like they're doing that every week. So it's not like a 22 page like or 30 page like Marvel comic. We're talking like 80 pages of content that they have to do every single week. So it gets to the point where like burnout does become a thing, and that's why I think they started hiring a lot of assistants and stuff to help with like the story of Super Saiyan and Dragon Ball always blows my mind because it was never supposed to be there. It was Akira Toriyama's assistants were complaining about like their hands hurting from filling in too much blacks, so he created Super Saiyan just so they wouldn't have to fill in Goku's hair all the time, and that was like literally why they created it. And it's like funny to me.
Yeah, we got Phantasmagorical in the house. What's up, Fana? Thanks for joining us. She says, "Hey, everybody." Moromi says, "Add Riding Bean." Corey Barton, is that another anime? I assume.
I don't even know what that is.
I like Flickin' Bean.
I know Mr. Bean.
Can you imagine Mr. Bean with like tentacle fingers? Just like...
Oh my gosh, it probably exists somewhere.
Yeah, Mr. Bean is different in an anime, I think.
But you guys keep bringing up the tentacles, but you left out the part with the spider chick. Her downstairs. It was basically like all teeth and stuff. Like
Well, I think I mentioned that earlier. You just couldn't understand me.
Yeah, that's why I said that was the first thing I said to Mark in the thing. I was like, he's a prude and he's just against spider vaginas. That's
yeah.
It is kind of. I see the reason I feel some shame because I agree with Enrico 100%. Like it's not shame for myself; it's secondhand shame from Mark. Like in the opening scene, let's watch this fun cartoon, and she's going to give the guy head within the first like 5 minutes of the movie, and Mark's probably like shit. And then it's not even Mark. Probably it's probably like. Is Missy like watching me show his chase? Like, what is she gonna think?
He was watching it with his son. I mean, come on.
I mean, I probably saw it the first time when I was around chasing.
He said he just like tapped out of it and just started like scrolling around on his phone because he could tell how like embarrassed I was.
Uncomfortable. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah,
but
Penguin
I watched
says
another anime. There's a movie called Teeth that's about that.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I've seen it twice. Yeah.
I almost picked it for one of our movies, but I thought twice, Yoon.
Penguin says, "Oh yeah, I did the Riding Bean Kickstarter for the Blu-ray."
Riding the bean.
Also, all the spider webs represented semen.
See, I don't think it was the depiction of sexuality that made me uncomfortable. It was like the way they were talking about it. because like the old man's just like, ooh, the women from the other world, their thingies taste the best, and I'm like, ew, bro, that's freaking gross. Like, what? Like, why do you gotta? I almost wanted to go back and watch it in Japanese to make sure it was like a different. Because I'm pretty sure it was a different dub. Like it would have said different stuff. But.
Yeah, that little guy was awesome. I almost dressed up as that little dude, but I couldn't make the costume work. Have all the pieces.
A little
that
hole
guy was ridiculous, man. He's like,
oh, should have came out as a spider lady.
I never had a dark demon girl before. Like,
Corey says, I know the themes in Wicked City may be a bit over the top, but I'm glad they kept to the entire vision without any censorship or compromises.
Yeah, Japan's always been like good with, well, they used to be a lot better with stuff like that. They censor a lot more now because like the West makes up a big chunk of their sales for stuff, but so they're a little bit more worried now. But back in the day, it was no holds barred. It was just like a vision to screen. That's it.
Yeah.
What was that? Hiroshika Doji stuff? Remember that stuff? Man?
Oh my God.
Fanta says she's seen Teeth once.
Isn't
there a movie where there's a woman who has a butt for a face and a face for a butt?
Oh yeah, that's Ryan Hughes.
That's a movie. Not movie 43, right?
I know what you're talking about.
That's not Teeth though.
No,
yeah,
not Teeth.
But yeah, it got me thinking of that.
Vagina dentata or something.
No, it was a Ryan Hughes in a film. I just can't think of the title right off the bat. Maybe Penguin knows.
Chauncey says Wicked City is good for realigning the moral compass.
Literally.
Yeah. 214 people watching, by the way. Thank you. And thank you to all the new people in the chat. We're here every Sunday talking horror movies. What's our consensus on? I know we gave Mark a hard time at the beginning of the show, but what's our overall opinion of Wicked City? I will say this. I thought the animation was great. I was uncomfortable watching it with my son. Maybe my opinion would be different had I
if you watched it by yourself. Yeah,
if you were watching it with me and Sean, you wouldn't have felt it.
Well, I watched it with Sean, and even Sean was he was embarrassed by this.
Squirming a little bit there.
Yeah, but if it was just me and Sean, he may have been singing a different tune.
Understandable. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good. Good anime. So I'll say it's a good pick.
Dex, what do you think? I know you were saying straight up porn, but
everything that everyone was ripping it for, like I kind of dug, man. Like I said, the whole Thing vibe. I loved the Thing. I loved. I thought the story wasn't that bad. How they were just. Yeah. It was a little bit of a, they tried to fool you about the old man, the old horny man was supposed to be the guy they were saving.
Yeah.
But he was actually saving those two at the end, spoiler alert. But
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think we're ripping Mark Yoon a little bit, but I kind of dug it a little bit. So
it was good.
I think it's secondhand embarrassment. Like I feel more bad for Mark sitting there. I felt bad as Mark sitting there next to his son. And not even that Chase would care about it because he's like old enough now that he probably wouldn't care. But the fact that like Mark was sitting there with like, that's where I was like, I was watching it and I'm like imagining Mark watching it. And I imagine Missy was there too. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like,
no, thank God she wasn't there. Corey says he watched it with his bro Clayton.
Nice.
I thought Enrico was going to show up as the spider lady and I would have lost my shit.
Wow. This is surprising.
I wish I had the time to do something like that.
Penguin says, I've never seen or heard of the Butt Face movie.
Yeah,
I think it's is it Society or something? I think it might be Society. I think it's called by Ryan Hughes now.
It's not just called Butt Face.
It is. There is literally a butt face. Yeah. I think that's.
You guys see this horror movie called Butt Face?
I think it's called Society. So
you know what? I heard it stinks.
But yeah, no, her face is puckered like it's.
Yeah, it's butt face. Yeah.
Well, they do that in movie 43 too, don't they? That like awful movie. Isn't there like a person in there that has like a butthole for a mouth or something like that?
I don't know. But it sounds just ridiculous saying butthole for a mouth. I don't know why.
Penguin says great hand-drawn animation for sure. Chauncey wants to know what Clayton thinks of Wicked City.
We should hand draw butt mouths.
Missy Duran says moral compass in the streets, Wicked City in the sheets. Oh man.
The secret's out, moral compass.
Corey says he liked it, but he thinks a few anime movies are hard to get the story, like Akira. I just think if it looks awesome, it's awesome.
I think it's because in Japan they don't talk down to their audience. Like I think in America in the West, a lot of our movies are just made for the lowest common denominator. You know what I mean? So everyone can enjoy it. But like anime back in the day was just straight up art. Like it was like straight up, just like I can't describe it in any other way. So like there's some stuff like watching Evangelion for the first time. I'm like, or like Lane, Serial Experiments Lane. I'm like, what the hell's going on? But then you get it over time. And it's very thought-provoking stuff. I think too, like the dubbing. Sometimes the dubbing isn't really sucks. That's why I never watch dub. I only watch the originals and subtitles because I can't watch dubs. Whole storyline, and it's the same 10 like voice actors that dub everything. So I'm like, great, never put the right for the 900th time. Really? Yeah. I just feel bad because Mark's not super into like anime and never has been, so I kind of wanted like to get him something that would grab his interest, but
it grabbed my attention definitely. Maybe next time, you and Enrico should do a dub of the movie.
That'd be pretty fun to do a dub of an anime movie.
So we'll redub this one, Enrico. You could be the old man.
Yeah.
Dark one. Yeah.
Overall, mixed review for Wicked City. We tried to see the positive in it, though. I think our chat pretty much, with the exception of Penguin, I think our chat pretty much loved it.
It's kind of a staple. Like it's kind of like a hallmark staple of anime. Like especially if you're our age. So
Penguin says, I don't want to ever hear anyone complain about me picking that movie that was set in a movie theater. That was a little too slow for some people. I like that movie.
Yeah, did we not like it? I thought we kind of dug it, right?
Which one was that?
Oh, what was it called? I don't know, but it's a horror movie in a movie theater. Of course I loved it.
Yeah.
Only one I can think of is like Urban Legend Final Cut, which is like the second Urban Legend movie.
You weren't part of the show.
Did I say?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the movie.
Oh, did I say that one was slow, or was that?
I think like the consensus of back then the chat was Mark and Amanda B.
True.
Yeah.
Mike's trying to bring up pumpkins again.
Oh yeah, never come. Moromi says Bryan Cranston did a ton of anime dubs. Mike McMahon says nobody liked my one pick.
My one pick.
That man,
it's a shame.
You get one pick, you gotta make it a good one, man.
And knock it out of the park.
A game.
You missed the first pick, and you never hear the end of it. Man.
Yeah, Mark Penger says Amanda B, not to name any names. All right, so mixed results for Wicked City. Next week is my pick, and I wanted to do this movie before, but it got taken off Tubi, but now it's back. I'm talking Jennifer's Body, starring Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried. Let's check it out.
Looking forward to this one.
Mm-hmm. I love this movie. I've probably seen it like 80 times. I saw this in a theater.
Oh, wow.
I like movies that just have these like occult backstories, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like prime Megan Fox too.
Her thumbs are still messed up in this movie, but you can't tell that one. She's got thumbs like Yoon.
You and me are going out tonight. Wear something cute, okay?
You always do what Jennifer tells you to do.
It's just that I like the same things that she likes.
Hey, Jennifer. You look really pretty.
Why don't you just come by my place? Well, this is random.
This isn't really your house, is it?
We can play mommy and daddy.
No way.
We always share your bed when we have slumber parties. Jennifer's evil.
I know.
No, I mean, she's actually evil. Not high school evil. Chip is looking really cute to me lately. How is he tasting these days? You are never a good friend. You could have anybody that you want. Why Chip? You're killing people. No, I'm killing boys. Are you scared? Thought you only murder boys. I go both ways. I will finish you if I have to. Okay. You can barely finish gym class.
All right, so as I recall, there's like a couple questionable scenes in this one. So, I mean, not to go against the moral compass, but if you were uncomfortable with Wicked City, what do you? I mean, come on.
There's no no way.
There's no nudity.
There's
no nudity in Jennifer's Body, but yeah.
I mean,
I don't
want to have to call out a couple scenes and spoil the whole thing, but there's a couple that are like uber questionable that I'm thinking about right now.
There's some hints of stuff we're saying, and the whole idea of just like watching like teenage girls go around hoeing it up is also like a little uncomfortable as in our age.
Especially the first thing that when the story picks up, like the whole thing,
how she gets possessed.
Yeah,
or,
exactly.
How she gets whatever.
Exactly.
How whatever happens. Yeah.
No comparison, Penguin says. What do you mean no comparison?
Come on, this was Wicked City was women getting graped by demons.
Well,
you know, I mean, I could argue there's
guys performing Eiffel Towers on
like nonstop, right? Well, wasn't he supposed to?
This was the Wicked City was not.
So all the guys were fulfilled. Yeah.
Okay.
Jennifer's Body is like up there for me though. I love this film.
Corey says they just don't know what's good. Mark Yoon, Poulton don't even like The Matrix.
That always comes up, and like, is that true? You don't like The Matrix?
I don't like The Matrix.
First one? I don't. Yeah, I admit the other ones. Forget about the other.
I can understand the other two.
I love Keanu Reeves too. I don't like the Matrix movies.
Wow. The Matrix is like Matrix movies is kind of like Highlander almost. It's like the first they knocked it out of the park with the first one, and then they just couldn't catch up to it.
Exactly.
I had a funny story about The Matrix. My buddy was asking me if I've seen it yet when it came out in theaters, and I was like, I think I saw it, and he was like, well, explain it to me. It turns out I had watched Existence. Have you know that movie? Uh-huh. And like we knew it makes the gun out of the chicken bones and stuff like that. And I was describing that, and he was like, "No, I think you saw The Matrix." It turned out to not be The Matrix, but yeah, I love.
What was that other one that was like a post-Matrix like Christian Bale movie? What was that?
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium's awesome. I have that movie on Blu-ray too. I love that movie.
Gunkai.
Yeah, that movie's great.
Maromi says, I was in Afghanistan when this came out. It's a decent movie. Penguin says, Man Thumbs.
Yeah,
this is a real man's thumb.
Corey says, I think I remember this, watching it once a long, long time ago. Maromi says, the trailer failed this movie.
I think so too, because there's a lot more comedic tone overhaul to it instead of like they try to go with a straight up like horror thing, and like it definitely doesn't give the gist of the movie well at all.
Penguin says he just watched the Keanu Reeves 47 Ronin movie for the first time.
I also own that on Blu-ray. The second one's trash, but the first one's great.
Yeah, the 47 Ronin with Keanu. I like Keanu Reeves, and I like samurai, and I like fantasy adventure stuff. So you'd think I would have really liked that movie. I haven't seen the whole thing all the way through. Maybe we should put that on some sort of a list because I need to go watch that.
Yeah, I have it on,
but I've only seen bits and pieces of that. I've never seen it all the way through.
They did make a sequel, and the sequel sucks. It doesn't have Keanu Reeves in it. It's like a whole different thing, but it's trying to keep the story going, and it's terrible. So I do think Keanu does a lot of heavy lifting in 47 Ronin. But
46.
Yeah, it's almost like watching an anime, to be honest. Like that movie's crazy.
From what I've seen of it, I really liked it. I just I've never done a full sitting from beginning to end.
Maromi says Equilibrium came out during my first tour of Afghanistan.
That's cool, man.
So
there's a lot of good themes in that movie.
We got 228 people watching. Like I said before, here every Sunday watching horror movies. Next week we're going to discuss Jennifer's Body. Make sure you watch it on Tubi for free or wherever you want to watch it. I just suggest Tubi since
that's the name of the show.
Yeah. Well, it's not the name of the show, but One of these days, Tubi's going to recognize us. Last year, they let some dog pick the perfect horror movie playlist. And I was like, what does that dog do for horror movies? We're promoting them every week. Come on, Tubi.
Tagging them. You got to keep
85 shows, Mark. 85
shows, man.
Wait, do you invite them? Do you do the thing where you invite them to collaborate and all that stuff? Like on Instagram, you do posts and you invite.
Oh, I should. Yeah.
Yeah, like whenever you tag a company, you invite them to collaborate. You should, like, I don't know, you should do that for every single show, really.
Okay.
I used to have this movie on DVD, but surprisingly enough, I don't have it anymore. So I want to try to look for it on Blu-ray, maybe.
Yeah. Go to a flea market or something. You'll find it.
I usually go to. There's a library near me called like Headquarters, and it's like it has like a store in there, and they sell a ton of like DVDs and CDs and stuff like that. So I'm always in there because they're like it's like $1 for like a Blu-ray. So I'm always like rummaging through there.
Nice.
Right,
Thrift stores too, but sorry. Yeah,
I was going to say that's going to do it this week for the Haunted Pizza Horror Movie Club. Dex, where can people find you at?
Oh, yeah. I'm on Instagram, Dexter Weeks 6975. On Twitter, a.k.a. X, Dexter_art, and Facebook, Dexter Weeks Art. I'm looking forward, Mark, to your AI thumbnail of this week's movie with Megan on it.
Did you get? Are you going to film like a motion, like a video of her eating the pizza?
Oh, I already did. Yeah, there's some AI of her
nice.
eating the pizza slice. Mark, where can people find you at?
You can find me. Oh wait, first of all, Mark Penguin said he doesn't think Jennifer's Body's on Tubi anymore.
Oh man,
it was like a couple weeks ago.
We'll have to look into that. Anyway, I am Mark Yoon. You can find me on my YouTube channel, Mark Yoon. And you can also find me here on Haunted Pizza with these lovely gentlemen every Sunday and Wednesday. And hopefully not in your immoral thoughts after this.
Botta-san, where can people find you?
Enrico Botta, Instagram, X, and YouTube, right here on Primetime Poulton Wednesdays and Sundays. Thanks, everybody.
And guys, you can find me on X and Instagram at Koni Waves. Make sure you subscribe to Primetime Poulton. Hit the notifications. Go check out Writhe and Pain Book 2 in demand right now and on Indiegogo. 17 days left for Graveyard Shift Volume 5. Go check out the Ultraman art book on Kickstarter. And no show this Wednesday. I will be in New York. I'm taking my son Chase to see Baby No Money in concert.
Okay. I have no idea who the hell that is.
It's got to be a YouTube. Is it a YouTube dude or?
No. He's a real recording artist. No, I got him the VIP meet and greet. So me, Chase, and Missy, we're gonna spend the day in New York. Go see Baby No Money. So no show no Revolution this week. So we won't be back again until next Sunday. So everyone be good until then. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Later, guys.